At number 3, we promise, is the final Clemson Tiger here on this list. That is defensive tackle Peter Woods, who played a little out of position at edge rusher for half the season last year and was still really good, even though he's a 300-plus pound player. Just shows the kind of freak athlete, how good he is just overall on the defensive line.
He's been freakish since he stepped foot at Clemson. I mean, even watching his true freshman tape, I'm sitting there looking at him. I'm going, he's stronger than all the seniors out here.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was eating, where he comes from, or what, but especially in run defense, you can't move this guy.
No.
It's ridiculous, and he's getting better as a pass rusher, 20 pressures and 3 sacks last year. We're still working on that part of it from the inside, a little more of a pass rush arsenal, but there isn't a better run defender in the country, I don't think. And you talk about Dabo Swinney having the faith in him to move him to the edge for the first half of last year because he felt like he needed some help there. Now, was he out of position? Yeah. Was it the optimal lineup for Clemson? No, I don't think so, but you talk about him being able to do that at, 6'3" and 310, 315? Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous. He's just so darn strong. I think what Peter Woods is one of the highest floor players in the country. You're going to get the same guy every single week. Run game, getting better in the pass rush. I mean, can place from so many different alignments. If you really needed him off the edge, if you're feeling short there, you can put him there. But again, this Clemson defensive line, and talk about the way that Woods and Parker complement each other so well, right? Parker's the explosive, violent edge rusher, whereas Peter Woods just is the gap filler. You talk about double teams are almost a requirement for blocking him. Honestly, in the run game, you try to block him one-on-one, it's not going to happen. These two guys are such a huge reach, and Clemson is going to be so good. But Woods, I just watch him. He's just one of those guys. I watch him every week. It's the same guy every week. And it's the same guy at an elite level every single week. To have that as the base in your defensive tackle room is just ridiculous. I would bet he's a top 10 to 12 pick in next year's draft.
I would absolutely think that, too. I think he's like on a Mason Graham type of trajectory. He could be a top 5 pick, honestly, in next year's draft, too. I think he should be a top 5 pick as of right now in the draft. To kind of illustrate how much he was out of position, so usually in the NFL, players are obviously a lot bigger than college football players. The biggest edge rusher in the NFL last year was Michael Hecht, who played at 310 pounds. In fact, the only 2 edge rushers in the NFL who even saw a snap at 300-plus pounds was Michael Hecht and Brent Urban. Every other edge rusher in the NFL was 290 pounds or lighter. Peter Woods played at 315 last year, so 5 pounds heavier than any other edge rusher in the NFL last year, and much heavier than the average NFL edge rushers, around 260 pounds, right? So about 55 pounds more than the average edge rusher. And he was still really good. Still had an 80-plus PFF grade that year, 83.3 PFF grade. Over his first 2 years of college football, he's the highest graded D tackle, returning D tackle in the Power 4, highest graded or most valuable returning D tackle in the Power 4 too. Since 2023, he leads all returning Power 4 D tackles with an 89.7 run defense grade and a 14.9% pass rush win rate. You can make the argument he's the best run defender at D tackle in the country and the best pass rusher at D tackle in the country too. He is just power, agility at 6'3", 315 pounds. He could eat double teams. He could shoot gaps in the run game. He could rush the passer really well too. He is just a matchup nightmare for guards, centers, and even offensive tackles too.
And even there's so often, right, defensive linemen are just evaluated on sack totals, right, and just the traditional stats that we've had for 40-plus years, right? And you want the value of Peter Woods. I think it's actually, you see it when he's not there. Take the Louisville game when Louisville handily beat Clemson, right? Mm-hmm. He only played 13 snaps in that game before leaving with an injury. Biggest reason Louisville won that game is because they ran for 210 yards.
Yep.
They're not running for 210 yards if Peter Woods is playing 60 snaps in that game. It's going to be a lot closer. It might be a different game. That's what you talk about when we get into these run defense grades, especially with these defensive tackles. Talked about it with a guy in Tim Keenan before for Alabama. Not a high sack total, probably never going to have a high sack total, but the impact that he brings on the inside, they make everybody else on their team better. That's exactly what Peter Woods is now at Clemson. That's what he's going to be in the NFL, and him being out there healthy and playing the proper position for an entire season makes it a brick wall on the inside.
I would love to watch a workout for Clemson's defensive line, just how many reps of whatever amount of pounds Peter Woods and TJ Parker putting up. Because I think TJ Parker is probably the strongest edge rusher in the country. Peter Woods is probably the strongest D tackle in the country.
It's really, like I said, watching just the end zone film, his true freshman year.
Yeah,
I was like, he's already stronger than all these
forklifting.
He's 18 and he's stronger than all these guys. Some of them with the COVID years are 23 23 and 24 years old. I go, he's the strongest one.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, and it's only getting better from there. So, no, you talk about, I'm sure Dabo Swinney would even say this. Every great run defense has an anchor. Could be a middle linebacker, could be a D tackle, could be an edge player. For this team, it's Peter Woods. They're a completely different team with him on and off the field.
He and TJ Parker just put linemen on a sled, honestly, literally, just how good they are on that defensive line. Hey, thanks for watching another episode of the PFF College Football Show. Please make sure you guys subscribe to the channel.
Also, subscribe to PFF Plus at subscribe.pff.com for all of the same data and grades that we use in our show, plus fantasy tools, betting tools, and our mock draft simulator.